people, welcome back to Keep Left, your car guide to all things cars and all things automotive. From where we left off things is we were just trying to get the engine running. We were not able to do that, but we are in high hopes it's gonna run. But the most important thing is we needed to get the engine out of this car. So if you come with me and then I utilize my locally assembled engine strut, bonnet strut, sorry, you can see the engine is gone, the gearbox is gone, and many other ancillaries that needed to be there. We are still working on getting the wiring harness from this. Remember, we'll need that to transplant it on the E30. But I'm very proud of where we are currently, which means we can go to the next session. But before we go to that, I thought it would be wise to show you the wreckage, because on my end, I think I had equally underestimated the amount of damage that is here. So if you look at this, this whole side was completely done for. I'm glad no one was seated on this side. The door card, the door is was completely destroyed. The dashboard is gone. The A pillar is gone. Yeah, this is what was left of the door. We actually had to pry it off the door, but in good efforts. So what we want to do now for this episode is going to be very simple. We are going to head over to the garage where the E30 is stored, where it was being painted, and then we try to get that running. Ideally, we just want to get it running so that we can now remove it. I know it sounds weird, but that is the plan. Again, I'll mention, if you haven't followed this build series up to where we've gotten, we have 3 other episodes before this one. So just I'll put a link on this video so that you can actually look at those and then you can actually understand what is going on. So we are at the penultimate moment where if the other engine runs, which I know it will, hopefully we'll be in good position to remove it and then transplant the Beams engine into the other car. So just like that, we are at the garage. So now I've realized I haven't spoken a lot about this. So if you haven't watched where we started with this particular car, is we got the paint done and then we got the Mark II, remove the engine, which we plan to put in this. So since we've managed to remove the engine, we are now here to get this running. Once we get it running, we are going to remove it. Sounds weird, but that is the procedure, so that in case we need to sell off the engine, we can sell it off knowing that it works. So what's under the hood? Let's pop the hood.
Hey, pop the hood. Pop the hood? Pop the hood.
What you have here is the BMW M20 B25. This is not the original engine that came with this car, which is part of the reason why I want to change this. It was changed at some point of the ownership of this car. That's why I'm a bit hesitant to keep it and to have it running in this car on the long run. I don't have the complete history of this engine. I know it runs. Coming to this point, it was running, but due to sleeping for quite a bit of time, it's somehow slumbering. What we want to do is get it started, and then tomorrow, because the day is quite spent today, we can start removing it and marking up where we will put the other engine, the 1GFE. So without further ado, let's do this. So I know we don't have a battery, so I think that's the first thing. So I forgot this was quite small inside. So where was this again? Should be, where is this? Okay, let me just fit inside here. So clearly we don't have any clutch action, brake, and then I just want to make sure it's on free so that I don't start it and then it jumps. So accelerator, here goes nothing. So let's see if we have any fire first of all. So what's happening currently is when I turned the key and we had power, is we realized we had so many leakages, especially fuel. So what he's doing is he's just fastening the the cable coming to the fuel thingy that does the thingy. I hope that makes sense, so that we don't have actual fire. We need lightning, not fire. So what have we done? We've replaced these two clips. They were leaking, and I'm just hoping this is not another crack that will expose us. But this is what I fear about old cars. You practically have to change all cables, but we just need this to hold when I start. So let me try and see if there's any more leakage. No more leakage, and I can hear the pump running, so we are good. So now for the ultimate litmus test, let's try to get it running, isn't it? Fingers crossed. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, so I'm guessing now probably we don't have spark. So yeah, so I don't know why this is becoming frustrating, but what I'm sure is the fuel is coming in. We have no issue with air because this doesn't have so much computerization, so I'm sure it gets enough air into the manifold. What I'm not sure about is the plug. So what we've decided to do is we're just going to remove the plugs and see if they're in good condition or there is anything that is amiss in them. Yeah, this is another cable that was just lying around. But we will get there. So this is we just removed one of the plugs, and I hope you can see this. I'm guessing it's really black, which means we are having an overfueling issue, which I think I noted with the amount of fuel that is going to the engine. So I'm guessing we're just gonna try and remove them, because if you look at them, they are seemingly new plugs. We are just hoping to clean them out and then place them back and hope. Worst scenario would be we have an issue with the distributor and it's not feeding some of the lead wires the electricity that we need. In that case, we'll be doomed, but I'm hopeful. Yeah, so if we are able to clean all the plugs to that extent, I think we will have combustion. Yes, good news, good news. So najiambia bu confirm, unaona hiyo liko yes, 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 yes. So what we are planning to do is, instead of removing all the plugs, first we confirm if the lead wires are working. So we are going to use the plug that the spark plug that we remove and interchange the lead wires. Once we get fire on all, we'll know that the lead wires and the distributor is working, and then we can go to cleaning all the plugs. So this is number 2. So that one is firing too, sindio? Yeah. Yeah. Next one. Next one. In a fire, it's firing. Sawa. Next one. So that's 3 out of 6. Just need to get to 4. If 4 can fire, I know this car can start. Numero 4. Numero 4 is firing too, but weak. Okay. That one is firing too. Good. So that's 4 out of 6, isn't it? 5 out of 5. 5 out of 6. Okay. So 5 out of 6 is a good number of. So now we can we can try and remove the rest of the plugs so that we just clean them out. Like this one was really dirty and we've managed to clean it out and it has electricity. So this far, what have we realized? We've realized that so fuel is actually coming from the tank, as I was showing you, and it's coming with a lot of pressure. But this doohickey thing, a majiggy thing here that is vacuum operated, is not opening for fuel to go into the fuel rail. So fuel is coming up to this point and it's not being opened. So this thing is vacuum operated. As you can see, vacuum is being generated from the master cylinder and the brake booster, and then it runs in this maze of a system, and then we get here. So this, it has a flap on the inside that's supposed to open for the fuel to go in. So that's why we are not getting any fuel running into the fuel rail. So what we've decided to do is we are going to bypass this thing, run the pipe directly into the fuel rail, and then have the car run for a bit. We're going to fill the fuel rail with some fuel and then have it run for a bit so that we can actually see if that works. So fingers crossed again. We hope this bypass works. Itakuwa na pressure. Imeisha. So Ebu, just so let's is it weka on? Weka on so that we see fuel runs. Just on so that fuel ingie kwa fuel rail. We are not getting anything. Yes, sawa. Again. So now we are going to try to start it. So with the little fuel that has run into the fuel rail. So fingers crossed, we are going to start it. So bring the fire. All. So you, oh my! I've been asking for fire, so I got fire. So what you just saw is don't try this at home again. So we tried to start it because you are feeding the fuel directly into the fuel rail. Some fuel escaped, and alternator was just below there, and alternator said, "Feed me," and we fed the alternator. So the only thing that could happen is fire. So we got fire, but nothing has been damaged. Good thing is we were close to where we got water. Do not put off fires caused by fuel with water, but water worked in this case. So we are taking a bit of a break so that the adrenaline that had kicked in to tulia kidogo, and then we'll pick up. I'm still not giving up on this engine. I know it can start. So we just want to see how we can have the fuel going into the fuel rail much more safer. We'll try and protect the alternator so that we don't ignite the fire again. As you can see, the engine is wet from being drenched with fire, but no serious components have been affected by the waters. Let me just put that one out. No serious components have been touched. So yeah, so we're just trying to see how we can do this much safer. But so on that sour but yet eventful note, I don't know why all my cars are not started, but this one started for a bit, and then yeah, everything broke loose. So on that note, thank you so much for watching this episode. Like, share and subscribe.